In this video we're going to prepare the X and Y rails for the carriages. These are the rails here. I've had them brake pressed in stainless steel. I have been trying to run the carriages, well, the bearings on the carriages on aluminium rails in the past, and it chews them up pretty badly, especially these V-groove bearings that we're going to be using. So I've had some stainless rails made up, matching stainless with stainless, so that the bearings don't chew up the rails. But in this process, they've gone and linished the edge of this to take the burr off, but it's just slightly rough, and it's a pretty raw edge along here from the guillotine as well. The other thing which is a good idea to do at this point is to just check the widths end to end. If it's slightly out, then we can do a little bit of adjustment just to make sure that the carriage runs true and smooth all the way along with consistency. So first things first, I'm just going to peel the backing off the stainless steel. It's a really nice finish here. Just be careful of the sharp edges. Sometimes there can still be a little bit of burr on the sharp edge there. I don't know if you can see this, but if I get the light on there, you might be able to just see a little bit of the chattering from the linisher as they've cleaned off the burr. So we're going to use a little bit of 180 grit sandpaper. This is wet and dry. We'll use wet and dry to work the metal down, as any panel beater would on a car. So yeah, let's get started. So I've got some wet and dry here underneath, and a block of dressed pine. You want to have a piece of dressed pine that's not warped, that is nice and square for this process. I've also got a squirt bottle with some water in it. We're just going to take this wet and dry, give it a little squirt, and take our piece of angle and rest it up against that one edge and work down the leading edge. Just checking every so often just to make sure that we're taking it down. You can still, you'll know when you're done when you can see some of the little discrepancies in the surface disappear, and you can also feel, well, I can already feel it smoothing off just a little bit after this, but I can feel still a few serrations and little burrs and nicks out of that surface. We just want to take that down as much as we possibly can. We need to make sure that you're on a good flat surface as well. You don't want to have a bowed surface for doing this, otherwise you'll sand a bow into your rails, which will then translate into your 3D printed parts. So it needs to be dead flat. A nice melamine table will do the job. I've just got a piece of flat MDF here. You might have to keep shuffling it across the piece of sandpaper to give it some fresh grit. Now we're starting to get there. It's looking a lot smoother. It's looking pretty good this side. There's a nice shiny flat on there with very little markings on it. I'll leave it at that for the moment for that face, but I can still feel a few burrs on this leading edge. So I'm just going to take this, and at 45 degrees, just, oh, you can even hear it. knock that edge off so that you can't feel those serrations. It's getting much better. Got a few little nicks around here. If this is, let's give it a bit of a brush up this side. If this side is flat enough and that leading edge is flat enough, sometimes the little nicks won't read in the part. I'll just get my rag, give that a bit of a clean. That is feeling much better. So we just need to do that with both sides of this, and also for your X rail.